Hello everyone, I'm here today to share with you an incredible story, the story of how the law of attraction transformed the life of Bob Proctor, a story that has inspired millions, including me. It wasn't an immediate or easy journey for him, but with commitment and understanding, he learned to use this universal principle to create the life he desired, and his story is a guide for all of us. Bob's story, like many, began with a sense of bewilderment and dissatisfaction. He felt lost, without a clear direction, trapped in a cycle of unwanted results. He worked dead-end jobs, had no education, and was broke. He felt like his life was dull, opaque. It seemed like he was on the wrong road, without the ability to make money or find happiness. Like many, he believed that to be successful, you had to be particularly intelligent, but he didn't consider himself to be. Then, as often happens, a chance encounter changed his life. A man, a true friend who saw something in him that he couldn't see in himself, gave him a book and specific instructions on how to use it. This book was Think and Grow Rich. He was told to do exactly what it said until he discovered that it was lying or didn't know what it was talking about. This was his first step towards understanding the law of attraction, although he was not aware of it at the time. He started to follow the instructions he was given, and incredibly, things began to change. In just 1 year, his income went from $4,000 a year to $15,000 a month. He began cleaning offices, first one, then many, expanding into several cities. In less than 5 years, he found himself cleaning floors in Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Cleveland, Atlanta, and even London, England. His life had changed overnight. Bob was confused, wondering how it was possible. There were many other people who did the same work or read the same book, but they didn't get the same results. He understood that there was something more, that it wasn't just about reading or working hard. So he began a search that lasted many years, studying with brilliant people. Eventually, he understood the key to his change. It wasn't just about applying techniques, but about changing his frequency. He discovered that everything in the universe vibrates, and that our thoughts and emotions also have a specific frequency. The law of attraction is the secondary law that responds to the law of vibration. To attract what we desire, we must align ourselves with the frequency of what we want. If we are focused on lack, we will attract lack. If, instead, we are focused on abundance and positivity, we will attract abundance and positivity. He also understood that most people live according to paradigms that are not their own. Paradigms are a set of habits and ideas that have taken root in our subconscious and that control much of our behavior. These patterns of thought have often been inherited from family or acquired from the surrounding environment. Many of these paradigms are limiting and prevent us from realizing our full potential. He discovered that it was necessary to change his way of thinking, his subconscious, to change his results. Bob's breakthrough came when he learned that his self-esteem, his self-image, was fundamental. He understood that it wasn't about changing the external world, but about changing the image he had of himself, the idea he had of himself in his mind. The way we see ourselves influences the way we act, and therefore the results we get. This idea opened his eyes and allowed him to take responsibility for his life. Repetition is key. He reread Think and Grow Rich every day, and he never stopped. The more he repeated, the more the concepts took root in his mind. I hope that Bob's story will be an inspiration for you. Don't settle for a mediocre life. Dare to dream big and act with conviction. Remember, you were born to be rich, and your potential is infinite. Thank you for listening, and I wish you to create an extraordinary life. I invite you to explore more resources on our site and join our community.